Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today, we're diving deep into the pages of history to uncover stories so incredible they sound like they've been pulled straight from a Hollywood movie script. We are talking about tales of survival against all odds and conflicts that were over before you could even finish your popcorn. These are the kinds of stories that remind us just how unpredictable and truly astonishing our world can be. So, if you are a fan of mind-blowing history facts, you're in the right place. Before we jump in, if you enjoy this kind of content, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It really helps the channel out, and I love hearing from you all. Now, grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's get into these unbelievable true stories. First up, let's talk about a story of survival that is almost too incredible to believe. Have you ever heard of Tsutomu Yamaguchi? His story is one of sheer, unimaginable luck, or perhaps fate, depending on how you look at it. Picture this. It's August 6, 1945. Mr. Yamaguchi, a 29-year-old naval engineer, is in Hiroshima on a business trip. He's just about to leave the city when suddenly the world is engulfed in a blinding flash of light. The first atomic bomb, little boy, has just been dropped. He was less than 2 miles from ground zero. The blast ruptured his eardrums, temporarily blinded him, and left him with serious burns on the left side of his body. Despite his severe injuries, he managed to survive the initial blast and the horrific aftermath. He spent the night in an air raid shelter with 2 colleagues who had also survived, and the next day, they made their way through the devastated city to a train station to get back home. And where was home for Tsutomu Yamaguchi? It was a city called Nagasaki. He arrived home on August 8th, wounded and exhausted, and went to work the very next day, August 9th, to report to his supervisor about what he had witnessed in Hiroshima. As he was describing the terrifying white light and the deafening explosion to his disbelieving boss, history decided to repeat itself in the most horrifying way imaginable. At 11:02 a.m., another brilliant flash filled the sky. The second atomic bomb, Fat Man, had been dropped on Nagasaki. Once again, Mr. Yamaguchi was about 2 miles from ground zero. The force of this second explosion blew out the windows of his office, but miraculously, his existing injuries from the Hiroshima bombing weren't worsened. He had now survived to nuclear attacks in the span of just 3 days. Think about that for a moment. The odds are simply astronomical. He is the only person officially recognized by the Japanese government as a near Hibakusha, or a twice-bombed person. He lived a long life after these traumatic events, passing away in 2010 at the age of 93. His story is a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable destruction. He later became a vocal advocate for nuclear disarmament, sharing his experience to ensure such a catastrophe would never happen again. Now, from a story of incredible endurance to a historical event known for its incredible brevity, let's switch gears and talk about a war. When you think of wars, you probably imagine long, drawn-out conflicts lasting years, or even decades. But what if I told you about a war that was officially declared, fought, and concluded in less time than it takes to watch an average episode of your favorite TV show? I am talking about the Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896. This conflict holds the Guinness World Record for the shortest war in recorded history. So, how did this ridiculously short war happen? It all started with the sudden death of the pro-British Sultan of Zanzibar. His cousin, Khalid bin Barghash, seized power without British approval, which was a direct violation of a treaty between the two nations. The British were not pleased. They preferred a different candidate and saw Khalid's move as a direct challenge to their influence in the region. They issued an ultimatum. Khalid and his forces had to stand down and leave the palace by 9 a.m. on August 27, 1896. Khalid, however, refused to back down. He barricaded himself inside the palace with about 2,800 soldiers and even had an armed royal yacht, the HHS Glasgow, in the harbor. He believed the British were just bluffing. They were not. At precisely 9:02 a.m., the deadline having passed, the British Royal Navy ships in the harbor opened fire on the Sultan's palace. The bombardment was overwhelming. The palace was quickly set ablaze and the Zanzibari artillery was disabled. The royal yacht Glasgow was sunk almost immediately. The whole affair was completely one-sided. Khalid's forces were no match for the might of the British Navy. Realizing his cause was lost, Khalid fled the palace and sought refuge in the German consulate. The fighting officially stopped at 9:40 a.m. The entire war, from the first shot to the ceasefire, lasted a mere 38 minutes. It was swift, decisive, and holds a unique, if somewhat bizarre, place in military history. It's a conflict that ended before you could even finish a movie, a stark reminder that sometimes major historical events can unfold in the blink of an eye. And there you have it, two absolutely incredible stories from the annals of history. From a man who survived not one, but two atomic bombs, to a war that was over in just 38 minutes. It just goes to show that history is filled with tales that are stranger than any fiction you could ever imagine. What do you think about these stories? Do you know of any other unbelievable historical facts that sound too crazy to be true? I would love to read about them, so please share them in the comments section below. Your comments and discussions are what make this community so great, and I read every single one. If you found this video interesting or learned something new, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on our next deep dive into the fascinating and often bizarre world of history. Your support means the world to me and helps me continue creating content like this for you all. Thanks so much for watching today. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.